All right, hello English 5 students. I'm going to explain in this video what our Air Wednesday is going to look like. So this is the directions video, making sure you explain what it's going to look like, what you need to do every single Wednesday to get probably the easiest points of the semester is just by completing this activity, again, every Wednesday during that online time. You'll see that I'm on the classwork tab. I'm just using my period 1 class as an example here. This will be posted by the time you're seeing this on Wednesday morning for you to get started. I mentioned briefly before that this is more of a laid-back day. It's basically a reading and writing day, and I'll explain that by pulling up the form that is linked to this material. So class stuff, there's material called Air Wednesday. If you click into that, there's a couple different things posted in here. Also, my video will be posted in here once I'm done. The most important one is the Google Form link. Okay, I don't know why it looks so funky on my screen, but it does. But I'm going to show you what that looks like so that you know you're filling out the right thing. All right, so this is what the form looks like. You'll use the same exact link, same exact form to fill out every single Wednesday to complete the Air Reading Writing Log. There's a beautiful picture of books on there. That's how you know you're in the right place. Okay. All you need to do is fill out the date. Select what day it is. It should be on a Wednesday. Hopefully you know what day it is when you fill this out. Then you're going to select what class period that you're in. Make sure you do the right one, please, or else you're going to mess up my grading. You might miss one of these. Then, again, you're reading and writing. So what I have here is what did you choose to read today? If you're reading a book every time, you can put the book title. If you want to get real specific, I guess you could tell me chapters, but I really just need to know what it is. If you're reading an article or something like that, you can put the name of it, author, where you got it. If it sounds really interesting, I guess that's why I want you to put that information, because maybe I'd like to take a look at it, or if it's something I think is relevant to the class, maybe I'll want to use it, pull it out. So again, just tell me what you're reading. I have an example on there. It's an article in Golf Digest. How good can you get? Whatever. I read the Golf Digest. Okay, I'm 75 years old. All right. Then you're reading. Okay, how long do you read? I have the directions in here. Okay, you're reading for 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. Okay. Okay. I know so much to ask for, but it's reading whatever it is that you want to read. Okay. At least 30 minutes. That's what we're asking you to do. Once you're done reading for 30 minutes, you need to write a reading reflection based on what you read during those 30 minutes. I have on here type or copy and paste your reading reflection below using one of the sentence starter frames above if you're having difficulty starting it. Okay. I have type because you can type right in there. Copy and paste. Some students get weirded out because they think everything's going to delete when they put things in forms, so they have like a running Google document where they type all this and then they copy and paste it over. That's fine. I don't care as long as it gets in here and submits it with the text in there. All right, sentence starter frames. What are those? At the top of this form, here are a bunch of different sentence starters. Okay, you can use any of these. You can use a combination of these to get you started with your reading reflection. I realized, maybe you realized something as you were reading. I was confused, or I was surprised. I'd like to know, I was reminded of. And then you just keep going. Okay, again, you can combine some of these if you're having trouble getting that 4 to 5 sentences. But again, you're just reflecting on what it is that you read. Then the last part is the free write response. Again, type or copy and paste if you're doing it on a separate Google document. The rule here is I just want you to write for 5 minutes straight. Don't stop, just write for 5 minutes. I don't care if the spelling is great or your grammar is 100%. I want to be able to read it, obviously, but I don't want you to worry about that so much. I just want you to be able to write or type for 5 minutes straight. If it's really long, please just separate those into paragraphs for me, or else it does get a little bit hard to read. But only 5 minutes, that's what I want you to do. Don't stop, just keep writing, because if you stop, you allow yourself to get writer's block. So all you got to do, write for 5 minutes. Where do you find that writing or that free write prompt? Like, what am I supposed to be writing about? If you go back to Classroom, Class Stuff, the Air Wednesday material, there are some slides. Okay, English 5 free write prompts for Air. Click on the slide. This is how I'm going to send it out every week. And I have all the past ones on there as well. Just waiting for it to load here. All right, I have the directions on there again. The free write will depend on what we're working on. It can be creative, argumentative, reflective. It really depends. Okay. Again, 5 minutes writing. Today's prompt is a argument. Okay. It's a visual prompt. I like using these because usually it gives a little more inspiration. You can see it's today's date. This is your prompt. In the future, we'll be living advertisements. Companies will sponsor individuals for product placement. Agree. So Apple will pay for you to get this tattoo to advertise for their company. Wherever this takes you, you argue it, agree, disagree, just write for 5 minutes. I don't care if this takes you on some weird tangent. As long as you're writing for 5 minutes, but you started off with this prompt, that's A-okay. And again, I'll just put the next one in every week right above the previous slide. So you'll see that next one populated in there next week. All right. And then again, you're putting that response in the bottom of this form and then submitting it. And again, you're going to I have it set up so that you can submit a bunch of different times on this one form. So to keep it easy, it's going to be the same form every time. Read for 30 minutes. Tell me what you're reading. Reflect on that reading. Then answer that free to write response at least 5 minutes. Submit the form. You're done with the Wednesday activity. What is the other stuff that I have linked on to under this material link in Google Classroom? Well, there's two different things here. They're basically links to Newsela, or I like to call it Newsela because I'm an idiot, and Actively Learn. Those are just two websites that I already have synced to our Google Classroom. If you click on them, they might ask you to sign up, but as long as you use your school-issued Gmail account, you should be able to get in. These are just areas that have a database or catalog of different things that you can read. Nonfiction, like essays, articles, memoir pieces. They also have fiction, poetry, short stories, that sort of thing. So if you don't have a book that you're reading and you can't find something to read, basically I'm telling you that you can use those sites to find something. You can search by different genres, things that you're interested in. Basically, there's no excuse for you not to find something to read. Those are two links that you can use. Otherwise, I don't care if you're reading articles on ESPN, whatever, as long as you're reading something that you're interested in for those 30 minutes. All right. I think that covers just about all of it. So again, you're doing that every Wednesday. Everything's right underneath your class stuff. This will obviously be live by the time you're watching this video. All right, happy writing and reading.